Welcome to Narrations. Kick off July 4th week with Captain America, the First Avenger. Joe Johnston's 2011 superhero epic that screams American heroism. Get ready for a star-spangled ride. Let's dive into the action. In 1942, a frozen figure lies in Arctic ice, uncovered by S.H.I.E.L.D. agents in 2011, a shield gleaming with a star. Rewind to 1942. Norway, where Nazi officer Johann Schmidt, the Red Skull, storms a village church, seizing the Tesseract, a glowing blue cube of cosmic power, whispering of gods and destruction. Across the Atlantic, in Brooklyn, scrawny Steve Rogers, all heart but no muscle, gets rejected at an Army enlistment office, his 4F stamp a bitter mark. Bullied in an alley. Steve stands his ground, saved by his pal Bucky Barnes, a charming soldier headed to war. At a World's Fair, Steve tries enlisting again, overheard by Dr. Abraham Erskine, a German scientist defected to the Allies. Erskine sees Steve's courage, recruiting him for Project Rebirth, a secret super soldier program. At a New Jersey camp, Steve, dwarfed by burly recruits, trains under Colonel Chester Phillips and Agent Peggy Carter, a sharp British operative whose no-nonsense grit sparks Steve's admiration. Steve's tenacity shines, diving on a dummy grenade to shield others, earning Erskine's trust. In a hidden lab, Steve steps into a metal pod, injected with Erskine's serum, his screams echoing as electricity surges, transforming him into a chiseled superhuman, muscles rippling under the light. A Hydra spy shoots Erskine dead, fleeing with the last serum vial. Steve sprints through New York streets, leaping cars, tackling the assassin, who bites a cyanide capsule, snarling, "Hail Hydra!" Erskine's death leaves Steve as the only super soldier, his destiny unclear. Phillips sidelines Steve, sending him on a USO tour as Captain America, in a garish red, white, blue costume, peddling war bonds to cheering crowds. Booed by troops in Italy, Steve finds purpose when he learns Bucky's unit is captured. Defying orders, Steve, with Peggy and inventor Howard Stark, flies behind enemy lines, storming a Hydra base in Austria. Laser blasts light the night, Hydra's futuristic weapons sizzling. Steve frees Bucky and 400 POWs, fighting through guards, glimpsing Schmidt's grotesque red face, a mask peeled away from a botched serum. The prisoners escape, blowing the base sky high. Steve returns a hero, earning Phillips's respect, and Peggy's quiet smile, their chemistry crackling. Steve forms the Howling Commandos with Bucky, Dum Dum Dugan, and others, hitting Hydra bases across Europe, dynamite blasts echoing through snowy forests. In a Swiss Alps mission, Steve and Bucky board a Hydra train, Zola's sleek war machine. A firefight erupts, blue lasers cutting the air. Bucky falls from a cliffside, vanishing into the snowy abyss, Steve's grief raw and silent. Capturing Zola, Steve learns Schmidt plans to vaporize U.S. cities using Tesseract-powered bombs, launched from a giant plane, the Valkyrie. In London, Steve shares a tender moment with Peggy, promising a dance, her eyes holding unspoken hope. Steve leads an assault on Hydra's final base, motorcycles roaring, shields clanging, as Peggy's gunfire covers him. He boards the Valkyrie mid-takeoff, facing Red Skull in the cockpit, Tesseract glowing ominously. Schmidt grabs the cube, his body disintegrating in a cosmic beam, leaving the Tesseract to burn through the floor, lost to the ocean. The plane's bombs are armed. New York minutes away, Steve radios Peggy, his voice steady but heavy, guiding the Valkyrie into Arctic ice, a selfless crash to save millions. Peggy's voice cracks, their dance unfulfilled, as static fills the air. In 2011, Steve wakes in a retro hospital room, a radio playing a 1940s game, but he senses the ruse, bolting outside to Times Square's neon chaos. Nick Fury, SHIELD's director, reveals Steve's been frozen for decades, a man out of time. The Tesseract's recovery hints at new threats. Johnston's direction, retro grit, heart-pounding action, and Steve's unbreakable spirit make every scene a patriotic masterpiece. Hope you loved this star-spangled journey. If Captain America fired you up, hit that like button. share with your action-loving friends, and subscribe to Narrations for more nostalgic tales. Watch this Marvel classic, it's a must-see July 4th gem. See you next time.